Hello fans and friends, this is Shelly here from twimpossible.com. I promised you a update at 3 months for the hair extensions. I'm actually 3 months and 2 weeks in, and honestly, if you saw my 6-week video, I'll put a link in right now. There it is. Click there. Sorry for this ghetto look back here, but honestly I have no time right now and I'm extremely tired. But if you watch the 6-week video and the earlier one, I was very thrilled and with my extensions because I have very thin hair due to hair loss that I endured from a botched highlight job when I was 25. And now at 38, when I feel like things are falling apart and my self-esteem is low, this has made me feel like closer to a princess. I can never feel like a princess. I never did. But closer to a princess. Definitely love having locks. But, and you can see how I rave about the great length extensions. They are really great, but I do see a downside to their longevity, even though I am not even to that 5 to 6 month period. Most people say it lasts 6 months. I've heard of some people leaving them in for like 8 months or even like longer. I think that sounds a little crazy, even though you want to get your money's worth because they're super duper expensive. It's not worth any possible hair loss. Because that's more devastating in my opinion, so to take the risk on that, not such a great idea. But, you know, this salon tells you to go in at 4 months, sorry, to get checked up on. And the positives of this over, say, the Remy Links and other hair systems extensions were that they last so much longer and you don't have to go back and forth to the salon. That's true, and I've loved feeling like this is my own hair, except when I have like babies near it and I'm like, oh, that's right, don't pull it, don't pull it. You know, I'm paranoid about it, or when I'm, you know, in the pool I put it up. But I take great care with it, so I can't imagine what would happen if I didn't. I got my, you know, expensive brush here, and I brush a few times a day and make sure everything is good to go, and I've lost maybe 6, possibly 7, but I'd say about 6 of the bonded hair pieces, you know, that came out that I showed in week 6. So that wasn't really bad considering that your hair sheds. So like I always try to hold the hair, and then I hold it like underneath the bond so I can get up close to the bonds and down. But the problem is with the longevity aspect is that your hair is growing from your scalp down, and so the hair from the bond to your scalp is not able to really get brushed because it's, you know, in a strand like this. So honestly, if you poke at it with this, you might actually even pull the hairs out and make them look funky. So you really, I mean, the point of it is to get close to the bonds, but I actually pulled one out by doing this. So I've been taking caution yet being very, very good about it, and there's no knots in my hair. But if you look under here, and I can feel it, it's all matted up from the scalp to the bond, which the hair growth is probably 2 inches, I would say. Can't really tell with the knots, you know, maybe it's slightly longer, I don't know. That's about what I'll say. Some are a little more longer than others because they could slip down just a hair, or some have more matting going on. But I noticed around 2.5 months that the bonds were starting to like twist into each other. So my husband would unravel them for me because I can't see back here. I have them all over my head. I have 6 bundles of hair in here, so I have them all over. I mean, there's tons and tons of them, so I can't do that myself. I just noticed something feeling funny because even when I'm not brushing, I'm putting my hands through it, pulling out any knots I feel. So I've been good about that, but no matter what I did, you know, they would start to intertwine with each other, and my husband was untwining them for me, and it just seemed like as time went on, maybe like a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, they just started to mat up. So I wasn't, you know, freaking out about it, because I know I had extensions in the past. I had the ones with they crimp the beads on, but it wasn't called Remy Lengths at the time. It was very inexpensive in comparison to Great Lengths. And I had the braid and weave kind done at a very high class salon, so it wasn't, you know, a great job. I don't recall losing any hair from that method, though people do say you can get traction alopecia from it. But my hair had to have grown, even if it didn't grow this much. It had to have grown to an extent, and honestly, my hair doesn't grow that fast, which I'm glad for. And also, I didn't take any of my vitamins with the biotin in them at all to avoid any faster hair growth, so I could get the most out of these, preferably 6 months. I figured like they was last to my birthday in September, and then I, you know, would decide what to do then, which, you know, I can't imagine going back to my old hair now. But I really don't know what's going to happen, because now we're not even at 4 months, and I have a lot of matting back here. I'm going to show you right now what it looks like, what some of it looks like. I can't show you my whole head, but my husband's going to show certain angles right now. So yeah, you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of my dog, my Yorkie. If you don't brush her or keep her hair short, if it's long and you don't have enough time every day to brush her, then it gets matted like that, and we've had to shave her before. Imagine that, shaving my head, I'll kill myself. So I'm a little nervous about the time and the pain of them getting these knots out, but it has to be common because the hair grows and you can't do anything about that. You can't brush out any knots or problems, you know, with these things. And eventually they bind together no matter how careful you are. And when in bed, you know, I take my hair on my thing, put it in a pony, and then like pony, and then I flip the pony so that it's like this, so I don't like lean on anything or pull the hair in the night and make anything fall out. And so there can't be any knotting going on while I'm sleeping. So this is just normal everyday wear. I haven't been in the water where I've ever gone underwater. Even though it's the summer, I've been very cautious. I put it up like I just showed you, or I just stay in the low water. You know, I hate people that have naturally long, thick hair, or just thick hair in general, because it makes me depressed that I have to go through all this and I can't, like, you know, feel free to swim and, like, do anything I want to do. But this was the closest I ever came. This felt awesome, this Great Lengths. It was like a miracle for me, and, you know, worth anything, like, as far as, you know, the work, upkeep, you know, and the products that I usually buy, cheapy products, not anymore. So, you know, the hair quality is very good. I mean, I used to always get new hair with every single 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, sometimes 8 weeks that went by. And there were a couple times that I know I slid and didn't get them done every time I was supposed to, and maybe at the time wasn't even thinking, but maybe went 3.5 months with them, and I don't know, maybe I did have matting and I just didn't notice it because I didn't touch up here so much, and they just got it out. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm guessing it's normal, but I'm just saying I didn't even make it to 4 months, so we're still some weeks away here from that, and I'm having all that matting there, so that doesn't make me happy. The only thing that makes me happy about it is that you can't see it from the outside. I've taken a mirror to look at the back of my head. It's not bumpy. It's very smooth still, so I'm hoping that there's a way I can go another month or two, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be told when I go in to see them. I'm trying to get in touch with the owner so I can talk to her about this and see if this is all normal and everything. But so far no luck there, but I'm going to go in there probably within the next week or two, and before the 4 months, or at the 4-month point when they want to see you anyway for, I guess, a check to see how you're doing. But you know, I mean, there's no pain or anything. I mean, I could live with this going on. I just don't know, you know, I don't know what they're going to say. But I mean, there's no way to, you know, if I paid this out of pocket for 3.5 months or 3 months to 4 months, it would be ridiculous. I'd have to be really rich, and I'm really, really not. So, not at this point in time anyway. If I could get some of my ideas patented, I sure would be. Or, well, I got a couple things on the table, but they're not there yet. So, you know, the hair is spectacular. I like the Great Lengths hair much better than any of the other hair I've used in the past. You know, but I'm a little disappointed that, well, I'm pretty disappointed that it mats up and so quickly, that it doesn't last longer than this, you know, that way. But I mean, like I said, I could deal with it. I just don't want to part with my baby. I don't want to like lose the hair. I would love to get something back in there with a Great Lengths. Would I get it again? I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I really don't know. Depends on if there was something offered out there that was better, or for me personally, I have to see what they say first, and I will update you on what transpires when I do go in. But I just wanted to update like I promised. You know, has anything negative happened? Aside from that, no. And nothing hurts. It feels natural. It's just the matting that's the downer. It wasn't expected at this point. I didn't expect to have any kind of troubles. I was over the moon over them. So that's the only downfall in the Great Lengths that I see right now, because you really can't do anything about it. But with every extension that happens and your hair grows, but the longer you leave hair in your hair, the longer the hair grows, so the more it can get tangled and matted. So that's the problem with these 6-month extensions. I don't believe that there really are 6 months, and that's not cool, you know, when you're, you know, spending a lot of money. And to people who want to know what they cost, you can spend, I wouldn't say that anywhere would go under $1,500 unless you had really short hair and just wanted a little volume or something. Maybe you could get $1,500. I'm in New York, so, you know, the location matters, and also the longer the hair, the more expensive. The more bundles, the more expensive. You know, if you want coloring, that's going to cost extra on top of it. And the fullness, you know, if you want extra full and long, you're going to be paying more. So if you live in Ohio or something, you're not going to pay as much as New York, California, obviously. So I would say $1,500 on the low end, and on the high end, $5,000. I would say maybe $2,500 might be the average. I don't know, but you really can't tell because everyone's different and has different wants, needs. So like I said, the more volume, the more length, the more money. Obviously, if I got it down to my toes and wanted it full, we're talking probably $20,000. But not many people are into that look anymore. So anyhow, that's just my update, and let's just hope for some good news, and let's hope I can get these babies into hopefully 5 or 6 months, hopefully 5 months, without any problems. And I'll of course show my after, and I will let you know if you're in the New York area and you would like to go to a salon. If you're interested in Great Lengths, they also do Remy Lengths. They're very highly respected salon. I will be happy to give you their information if you wish. And that's it. So, great talking to you. Thanks for taking time out with me, Shelly. It's impossible. Where anything is possible if you put your mind, your body, and soul into it. Take care, friends.